Welcome back to my video on the Wrestleway and to a special NXT Vengeance Day out of 10. Big show today, pretty much all the titles on the line. Kind of a mini pay-per-view for NXT, and yeah, we've got some exciting matches on there, so yeah, definitely a very highly anticipated show. Kind of got lost in all the craziness of the wrestling world in the last 24 hours, but let's run through the show. And we start off with Pete Dunne v Tony D'Angelo in a weaponized steel cage match. Dunne sent D'Angelo into the steel cage right off the bat and broke the steel chair on his back. Weapons were in play right away and Tony dropped Dunne on a trash can as the match continued. Dunne used a wrench in a toolbox to smash Tony's fingers before D'Angelo sprayed him with a fire extinguisher. Both men were climbing walls and Tony got near fall before they dropped. D'Angelo then zip-tied Dunne's hand behind his back as he beat up Bruiserweight using a hammer to smash his teeth. Dunne then tried to lock in a submission with his legs before D'Angelo hit a powerbomb. Dunne managed to lock in a guillotine but was still handcuffed and used some tools to free himself. Dunne then got a cricket bat and cracked Tony with it for a near fall. Dunne got a crowbar and hit a low blow, then got the bitter end twice to pick up the win. Yeah, I'm actually surprised by this result. I thought D'Angelo was going to get the win, but you know, I'm pleased Dunne got the win. I'm just pleased he got the win. And yeah, this was a really fun match, 7 out of 10. We then got a montage of Corrigade and Raquel Gonzalez trading for the Dusty Cup, and then short promos from Diamond and MSK ahead of the Dusty final, and then we saw Cameron Grimes and Trick and Mello walking into the arena before its women's tag titles on the line. Hartwell and Parosha versus Toxic Attraction. Attraction attacked their challengers while they were making their entrance, and they brought Persia back into the ring and started in control. Indy tagged in and got a near fall early on before she was isolated by Attraction. The referee sent Mandy Rose backstage after an interference, and then back to the match, Peralta took out Gigi in the ring before lifting both her and JC for a double Samoan drop for a near fall. JC and Peralta then took each other out of ringside before the champs isolated Indy in the ring. Toxic Attraction hit the total elimination for the win. Yeah, this was a decent enough match. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Definitely wasn't the best match on the show, but you know, it wasn't a disaster of a segment either. So yeah, I'll just give it a middling 6 out of 10. Backstage, Wendy Chu and Mari Miller teamed up with her for the Dusty Cup. She said no. Chu then asked Dakota Kai. She argued herself a bit, but it looked like she was up for it. Before moving on then, Briggs and Jensen were at a bar and went on. Jensen revealed that Caden Carter had friend-zoned him after their first date, and LA Knight was out next on Vengeance Day, and Grayson Waller brought policemen to the ring to have Knight arrested. They both showed footage of each other making their own case. Apparently it's against the law for the guy with the restraining order to attack the guy against whom the restraining order was. The cops walked away and Knight unloaded on Waller, challenging him to a match next week. I mean, it's kind of predictable where it's going to go, but you know, it's still an entertaining segment. Before Indy walked off with Dexter backstage and Persia was alone before Duke Hudson came to take her away as well. Tommaso Ciampa was backstage and said that Ziggler acted like he was better than him before Mello and Trick walked out to the ring for the North American title match. Grimes had the advantage early on and locked in a submission before Mello reversed a hold to gain control, but Grimes got some big moves and Mello fled the ring before dropping Grimes on the apron thanks to distraction. After a break, Trick came in for a cheat shot when the official was distracted and Trick got a break takedown. Grimes and Mello then traded near falls before Cameron was again distracted. Grimes then wiped out Williams on the outside before Hayes picked up the win with the top rope leg drop. Yeah, I'll give this a 7 out of 10. Decent enough match, short, snappy, decent enough match, and yeah, for me the right result. This was good. Backstage, Kaylee Reed was teaching Io Shirai how to smash stuff. Alright, before we got MSK versus the Cree Brothers in the Dusty finals. The Crees had the early advantage and isolated Carter in the ring. Lee was in and sent one of the Crees outside before hitting a dive. Back in the ring, Lee was tossed all the way around to the announcer's desk. And before back after the break, Carter was in the ring, and hitting a big splash. MSK then got their finisher before outside Carter got with Julius Craig off a drive and was sent over to the floor. After a clothesline, Julius rolled up Carter in the ring and picked up the W. Yeah, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. Decent match, surprised by the result, but you know, definitely made a start out the Cree Brothers, so no objection to it. Imperium out next, and they congratulated the Cree Brothers on winning the tag team title shots before Gunther was talking about setting his sights on NXT gold before Sikoa interrupted. Sikoa threatened to wipe the room with him before walking out. Dolph Ziggler was backstage and said that he was going to take the fight to champ next week. Backstage, Trick and Mello ran into Pete Dunne, who each took Nate and Mello still being the champ, hitting a feud title match. Boy, I'd love to see that. Before we got Breakker versus Escobar for the title. Breakker started off strong, and get a headlock before Escobar took him down. Breaker then hit a stalling vertical suplex before a distraction from Legado let Escobar go outside. Sansa hit an inverted stunner on the apron after getting some big knees in the corner. Escobar then used the steel ring post and steps to punish Breaker before locking in the stomach lock. Breaker then hit some big strikes after blocking a big move from Escobar before Mendoza and Wild ran a distraction. Ziggler ran in the ring and hit a super kick before Escobar used the opportunity to get near full. Ciampa came in and dragged Ziggler outside the ring and into the stands. Breaker dodged a frog splash in the ring before lifting Escobar for a standing power slam and picking up the win. Yeah, I'll give it a 7 out of 10. Lots going on with all the Ziggler Ciampa stuff, but on the whole, the match was still fun. It's kind of just an in-between title challenger, but it was still good. Overall this week, NXT gets a 7 out of 10 from me. Yeah, this was really good show, this one for NXT. Probably the best show since 2.0 era, who knows, but it's definitely up there because, yeah, great title matches throughout the show. Entertaining matches, wasn't really a down point in the show at all, really, which says a lot. So yeah, on the whole, just a very good show. But anyway, guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe, put your thoughts, comments down below. Follow us in the link description below for daily wrestling news and subscribe to our channel on the screen. That'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace.